What's going on? What's happening? What's he doing here, and why is he an hour late? Well, it's just and get. Why are you just sitting here with the curtain up, Bill? Why are you doing that? Why don't you just say it's Tuesday, 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 the day that time forgot? And this is a special live broadcast of the poetry break on a night we were not planning to have one, and that's okay because I'm just here briefly to let ever Bubba know that we are home safe from the hospital, and the hand, as you can see, is chiming in. And we want to say thanks to everybody who sent us good wishes for today to go well, because today went well. Even though it took about 11 hours, we got to Northwest Hospital at 7 this morning, and we got back here just about 7 o'clock tonight after stopping at Fred Meyer and then going to Panera to get something to eat, because Diane hadn't had anything to eat all day except some crackers and apple juice in the recovery room. Surgery ended up being about 2 o'clock. She got done just about 4 o'clock, and I got in to see her, I don't know, 5:30 or something like that. And yeah, so here's to successful surgical procedures on people that we love most dearly. Yes. So Diane is doing well. She will be recovering here at the hacienda, at the treehouse, for the foreseeable. Hopefully she'll be able to get back onto a regular schedule here in a couple of days, but that's all kind of up in the air right now. Janine Box is in the house. Janine, thank you for stumbling in here. I'm an hour later than I planned to be. See, originally we had the idea that we would be back here like at 3:30 or 4, no later. So I had prepared something in advance in case it felt right to jump on here and let everybody know and maybe read a poem. But then we didn't get home until 7, and it was kind of like not in my mind. And then by the time I remembered, I was looking, it's like 7:45, and I was like, well, gee. But this will be here for people who are latecomers to the situation, or that we haven't had a chance to talk to or text or any of that kind of stuff. So we can let people know that things went well today and that we're very happy to have this part of it behind us. Probably what would have been the most challenging part of this behind us. Yeah, it's worth a double shot, I'd say. 2 shots for 1 poem, Bill? Well, it's 1 poem and a very successful day in the medical universe, right? So I got 1 poem for you, and it's one of Diane's favorites. It's Mary Oliver, of course. And the poem is called Roses, Late Summer. Yeah. Are we ready? It feels so weird to just be doing 1 poem, but this is what I promised myself. Then I gotta get back down to Rehab Central and let the healing continue, as we say. Roses, Late Summer by Mary Oliver. What happens to the leaves after they turn red and golden and fall away? What happens to the singing birds when they can't sing any longer? What happens to their quick wings? Do you think there is any personal heaven for any of us? Do you think anyone, the other side of that darkness, will call to us, meaning us? Beyond the trees, the foxes keep teaching their children how to live in the valley. So they never seem to vanish. They are always there in the blossom of the light that stands up every morning in the dark sky. And over one more set of hills along the sea, the last roses have opened their factories of sweetness and are giving it back to the world. If I had another life, I would want to spend it all on some unstinting happiness. I would be a fox or a tree full of waving branches. I wouldn't mind being a rose in a field full of roses. Fear has not yet occurred to them, nor ambition, reason they have not yet thought of. Neither do they ask, How long they must be roses, and then what? Or any other foolish question. There you go. One Mary Oliver for you. I will read it again. Wow, Janine. Glad you and Diane had a chance to connect. Roses Late Summer by Mary Oliver. What happens to the leaves after they turn red and golden and fall away? What happens to the singing birds when they can't sing any longer? What happens to their quick wings? Do you think there is any personal heaven for any of us? Do you think anyone, the other side of that darkness, will call to us, meaning us? Beyond the trees, the foxes keep teaching their children how to live in the valley. So they never need to vanish. They are always there, in the blossom of the light that stands up every morning in the dark sky. And over one more set of hills along the sea, the last roses have opened their factories of sweetness and are giving it back to the world. If I had another life, I would want to spend it all in some unstinting happiness. I would be a fox or a tree full of waving branches. I wouldn't mind being a rose in a field full of roses. Fear has not yet occurred to them, nor ambition. Reason they have not yet thought of. Neither do they ask how long they must be roses, and then what, or any other foolish question. There you have it, folks. A quick little poetry break. Hey, Finn Livingston found us too. Hey, Finn. Welcome. This is a brief but intense poetry break to let everybody know that Diane came through her surgery with flying colors, and the healing is beginning here tonight. All right? So everybody have a poetic week, and we will be back here next Tuesday with the full meal deal, okay? Same bat time, same bat station, 7 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Not this weird kind of wombly thing. If you missed the beginning, we didn't get home tonight until 7 o'clock, so I didn't even remember that I had planned to do a little short poetry break when we got home. Because originally we were thinking we'd be home at 3:30 or 4, but we got home at about 7. After stopping at Fred Meyer for prescriptions and stopping at Panera for something to eat. So there you are, ladies and gentlemen. We got out of the hospital, Northwest Hospital, about 6 o'clock. So 11 hours on site. We got there at 7 a.m. So I got a lot of reading done while I was there. And there wasn't a lot of poetry, in fact. No, I brought prose to read. I thought poetry might just, I don't know, I might run into something that might tip me over a weird edge that I don't necessarily want to tip over on a day like this. Yeah. Okay. We love you too, Janine. And Finn, thanks for dropping by. Sorry this is such an odd thing, but at least it'll be here as a video for people to watch who maybe haven't had all the latest updates. Good night, and we will see you 1 week from tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Until then, poetry! Spread the words.